Hi, and welcome to my channel, Living in Central Texas. I'm Aundrea Dudik, Associate Broker and Realtor with Vista Real Estate. So you're curious about the difference between a general home inspection and a VA inspection, also known as a VA appraisal. Well, stay tuned, I'm going to cover it all. Your home inspection is going to look a little bit different depending on the type of home that you're purchasing. You can purchase a new construction home, never lived in, or you can purchase a resale home which has been previously owned. Now, with a new construction home, typically you're going to have warranties associated with that new build, including a 1-year general builder warranty, which is basically a bumper-to-bumper warranty, 2-year major systems, which is your HVAC, electrical, and plumbing, and a 10-year foundation warranty. Those might vary slightly, but those are pretty standard for this area. Even if you have a new construction home, I would say half of my buyers obtain third-party inspections and half of them don't. Because really, yes, you do have most things covered in that first year especially. Sometimes it's just really nice to have a third-party inspector come to the home, check out everything, and then we're able to just hand that full report over to the builder, go over it with them, and cover everything. You know that everything's good before you move in versus moving in and maybe things coming up and having to file warranty claims. Again, not necessary, but still helpful. Now with a resale home, that's going to look a little bit different. Here in Texas, we have what we call an option period once you go under contract on a home. Once everyone has agreed and the contract is fully executed, we're going to have that option period that has been negotiated, which is you as the buyer, your unrestricted right to terminate the contract for whatever reason. What we typically do in that time frame though is encourage you to get a home inspection, and then we try and negotiate major repairs. Those are usually big expense or safety related items are the things that we typically see in there. So if your third-party home inspector comes out, they're going to get on the roof, check your roof, maybe spin a laser level, check the foundation, look at all of your electrical systems, turn on all the plumbing throughout the house, check every doorknob, is the toilet loose? I mean, everything that you can imagine, because they're going to tell you exactly what you're purchasing with this home. Now, what I usually like to say is we don't hand over the full report and say, hey, Mr. Seller, fix everything in this report, because it's not a brand new home, but we do want to make sure that we're addressing, again, those safety items or things that are going to cost you a lot of money. At that time, we do all negotiations in your option period, because that's your negotiation window. The buyer can terminate during that time period, but the seller cannot. So we want to do all of our negotiations for you and try to get you the very best outcome in moving forward with this home. If negotiations are made, the seller could say, we'll fix items 1 and 2, but we're not going to fix number 3. Or we'll fix items 1 and 2 and we'll give you X amount off the purchase price or X amount towards your closing costs additional. Now, when I negotiate repairs for my clients, I always put things like all repairs to be completed by licensed technicians, receipts to be provided for all. Documentation is everything. A VA appraisal, aka a VA inspection, is going to look very different. So after a VA buyer goes under contract, they're still going to have that same option period to which they can get a third-party inspection and make their negotiations. After that option period has passed, the lender is going to send out an appraiser to make sure 2 things. 1, that the home really is worth what it is under contract for, because a lender is not going to lend more money than a house is worth. So the appraiser is going to come out, look at the home, look at comparable properties, look at various things which I can go over in another video, but they want to make sure that it meets value before they lend money, and they're also going to address any safety related items and make sure that the home is livable. They do not do a full inspection of the property the same way a third-party inspector would. The other part to this is a VA appraiser will call out certain items that might be lender required repairs. Again, you're not getting that full report back. You're not getting a full report, and any negotiations that could be done that's already passed if it's not a lender required repair. If it is a lender required repair, the seller is technically not required to do that, but typically they will to keep the deal moving. But that can lead into a whole nother sort of things. Definitely recommended that you get that third-party inspection. Now, I have had one circumstance recently where a VA buyer refused to have a third-party inspection. After they moved into the property, unfortunately, they discovered some very horrible leaks and mold within the home, which had they elected to do a third-party inspection, that might have been caught, and that might have been something that we could negotiate. It was something that the VA inspector appraiser just didn't catch, and then at that point really fell on homeowners insurance and home warranties that the buyer had purchased otherwise. All in all, a VA inspection and a third-party home inspection are very different, but they're often confused. And a lot of times VA buyers think, well, I don't want to pay for a third-party inspection because I'm already doing a VA inspection, and they're just not the same. And you really want to spend that money to invest in your home and put yourself at an advantage in negotiating things that might come up. If you have any questions about the home buying process, VA inspections, third-party inspections, you know where to find me. All my contact information is below. Now, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date on all things real estate happening in Central Texas. Like this video, leave a comment. I'm here if you need anything. Talk soon.